lads, ladies, gents, ladetts, whoever, whatever, and welcome back to another video. Today we are jumping into what might be one of the best indie games, if not just games in general, to play with your friends, Sledding Game. Before continuing, I do want to thank the developer for giving me a copy of the game for free for the purpose of content creation. In recent years, we have seen a massive jump in co-op focused games, with a lot of it being called friend slop, which, if I'm being honest, is a term that I hate, because although I get the idea it is for games that don't have tons of content, they're typically around $10 or less, and honestly, I've had more fun with them than a lot of recent AAA releases. However, you might ask, is there currently enough content to have a good time with Sledding Game? And even though yes, it is in early access currently, it definitely has more than enough going on for you to easily get your money's worth, in my opinion. However, with this said, there is one small issue, and it's more to do with the game's pacing at the start, as it can be a little bit slow. So please don't get turned off because you can't do everything you want straight away. Just be a little patient. Now, I am being a little vague there, but it'll make a bit more sense going forward, and honestly, after watching this, you might not have the issue that I did, at least initially. Mainly because I'm dumb, so it is what it is. Although it's very obvious that this game is clearly designed to be played with friends, you can play solo. However, I wouldn't really recommend it, as most of the content can feel pretty empty without others around. With this said though, at least in my experience, you'll be able to find a server with others, or host your own and have other people join fairly easily. Effectively, Sledding Game is more than just a game about sledding around with your cute character on one of many and fully customizable sleds, as it has its own share of mini-games, all themed typically around winter, with a lot of fun secrets for you to discover. With the secrets that you unlock typically unlocking either unique sleds or rare characters for you to play as, while the mini-games see you earning points that can be used as the game's currency to unlock different sleds, sled parts, costumes, and even park parts. It is worth mentioning that some mini-games are typically better than others when it comes to earning points, especially fishing for me. Otherwise, another great way to earn points is to place the custom park parts, typically a boost, in front of a jump so you can launch yourself off for massive air, doing an insane amount of flips, earning a crazy amount of trick points. And honestly, it seems like the absolute fastest way to try and unlock everything. But no one would do that now, would they? As for the minigames, we have cornhole, darts, fishing, curling, hot chocolate making, cooking s'mores, snowball fights, building snowmen, sledding races, and sledding trick runs, along with finding those secrets that I mentioned earlier. It might not seem like a lot, but when me and my friends all jumped in, screwing around with everything for hours on end, we had no idea how late it would actually get while we were playing, because we would be so engrossed in what we were doing. We would turn into cavemen when catching giant fish. We would laugh at each other for screwing up in either races or failing to land an easy jump. There is a magic to this game that words cannot describe. It essentially recreates the fun experiences you might have with an MMO, but with a much more relaxed and chilled experience. Jumping on day after day just to see what your friends had bought or unlocked, and seeing how they had made their sled unique to themselves, makes the game so much fun to come back to time and time again. Also, it helps that even though yes, it's in early access, there is still plenty of planned content for the game. As there's not really much more going on mechanically, I can't really touch on anything else. Although there is one more thing, and this is where the game might lose you, as if you really want a specific bit of flair for your sled, sadly it's going to come down to luck, as you need to pretty much get lucky with the game's vending machines in order to get what you want. And if you are unlucky, odds are you're going to end up with plenty of duplicates. This is subject to change though, because the developer is actively listening to the community and happy to make changes based on that feedback. So with the core gameplay stuff out of the way, let's jump into the game's presentation. Going for an obviously low poly aesthetic, Sledding Game thankfully makes it not only work, but makes it feel unique and stand out from the many others that try. Simple but effective texture work, with nicely pronounced colours against the white backdrop of snow, makes it have a real charm, which is only improved by the game's soundscape. Although not the most incredible soundscape I've ever heard, especially in a snow setting, I'm hard pressed to think of any game at this price point that is much better. The snow is crunchy when you walk, and the sled sounds satisfying as you make your way downhill, gaining speed. Where the game honestly surprises me most though is how well the online connectivity works. With the exception of one instance of seemingly a laggy connection in a situation which shouldn't have happened, at least based on the host's internet speeds and computer specs, me and my friends, two of which are in America on either coast, and a fellow Australian YouTube sensation Pixel Sean, had a smooth time. We didn't really run into any connectivity issues other than that one experience, and I'm really impressed for a game at this price point. So if you're after a game where you and a bunch of friends could just jump on, hang out, be silly little guys, and have a ton of fun just goofing around, Sledding Game is the game for you. So with that, lads, ladies, gents, ladetts, whoever, whatever, it brings us to the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed this look at Sledding Game. Honestly, it's a game I've had a lot of fun with, and I can't wait for further updates to jump back in and explore everything once again. I just want to say thanks to my friends who joined me while I was getting footage for this. Links to their channels down below, so please go check them out. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you want to go that extra step, you can hit the subscribe button, and if you would like to go that extra mile, you can support me on Ko-fi, Patreon, or YouTube memberships like these lovely people here. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can use the affiliate link down below for Green Man Gaming and get yourself a nice little treat. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Bye.